Hello everyone, Arlisha here and welcome to this week's video. Today we are doing a sketchbook tour. This is a Strathmore watercolor journal that I have been working in for a very long time, very infrequently, which is why it's taken so long for me to finish it. It's been over a year since we've done a sketchbook tour, so let's go ahead and jump into this one. I originally started this sketchbook on October 4th of 2019, so this was the beginning of Inktober in 2019, and I was originally planning to make it a comic project, so I was practicing some of my original characters in ink, and I did a couple of pages that I didn't share, and it was really fun and something I'd like to explore more. If you are not familiar with my sketchbook tours, I tend to have a lot of empty space on my pages, and I'm happy with that because I think that each page is kind of a snapshot of where I was at the time. So if you see a lot of empty space, and I know it's not, the super aesthetic sketchbooks that we kind of get used to seeing on the internet, but this is what sketchbooks are for me. So this one's, it's crazy, it's over a year, like a year and a half since I started this, so some of this stuff is pretty old. I'm pretty sure that this was either just swatching or it was exploration for a specific piece, I can't remember. I love occasionally sketching in pen, it's so fun, it's just so rewarding, I love sketching in pen. These, I believe I sketched for a video where I was talking about my original characters and style explorations and drawing expressions. These are, well, I was taking a break from work, like I was taking like a mini vacation, and I was doing some Dragon Age portrait practices. So this is Fenris from Dragon Age 2 and Solus from Dragon Age Inquisition. And I also did Alistair from, well, all of them, but particularly Origins, the first Dragon Age game, and some other sketches, and I was watching Beastars on Netflix, so that was really fun. Oh, I was attempting to draw Cole from Dragon Age Inquisition. I have so much trouble with him all the time. Like, it's that darn hat, and he's got so much hair that it's so hard to see the shape of his head. And some more sketches. This was also kind of intended to be Cole. Oh, this one, whenever I have a thumbnail in here that ends up being a finished painting, I'll put the painting up on one side or the other. This was the original thumbnail sketch that turned into this painting, and that was fun. That was for a video. I will also leave links to anything that was from a video or that led to another YouTube video. These eyes I did in Posca pen and turned into a sticker sheet for Patreon in June of was that June of 2020? I guess it must have been, yeah. June of last year, this was the sticker sheet, and that was really fun. These are the original little drawings for my citrus sticker pack, which you can find on my shop, and this was also in Posca pens. I had just gotten some new ones, so I was really excited to play with those. Some more sketches. These are, I believe this is Arteza's watercolor brush marker thing. I think I was sketching. They're actually really fun to sketch with. I like that a lot. And some thumbnails. I would still like some of these to become pieces. It was really fun exploring some of these concepts. I still love these sketches so much. These were also for a sticker sheet for Patreon, and they were so fun to paint. Some more swatches. I believe that this sheet, oh yes, this was for my limited palette video where I didn't use yellow. So these are the swatches from that video. And these mushrooms, which I really like, were also a sticker sheet for Patreon 1 month. That was really fun. Some more marker sketches, and this was a test piece with Winsor & Newton's watercolor markers. And this, everything I did for the video with the Winsor Newton watercolor markers was in this sketchbook. And this is a spread that I made for that video. Here are some swatches and thumbnailing practices. I love doing just color practices like this and just exploring colors. Both of these two thumbnails turned into paintings. So this one here became Frankincense, a painting that I did that I really like. I actually love this thumbnail. This thumbnail was like one of my favorite sketches that I've ever done, and I'm not sure why, but I love it so much. And then this little thumbnail over here turned into this acrylic painting that yes, I did paint that for a video, I believe. I should go back and check that one out. That one was really fun. More sketches, again, exploring pen, playing around with that concept, and then these over here were for a Patreon sticker sheet, which, in case anyone's curious, I'm not doing Patreon sticker sheets anymore, as I don't feel like they're an organic part of my art process these days, and I don't reprint previous sticker sheets, so if you're interested in any of these, they're not available anymore, but at least we get to enjoy them, looking at them in the sketchbook together. Did this one? No, this one was gonna be a painting, but I haven't actually done that one yet. I should do this one very soon. I would love to. And then these are from the video where I was practicing painting without a sketch, which is something I have been doing a lot more lately, and I have been getting better at it. So it's fun to look back at these as sort of a jumping point for that idea. This piece was done for a video where I was talking about whether or not I still liked my Arteza 12 color set, and I was playing with them for this video. These little watercolor sketches were done without sketches underneath, and that was also for a Patreon sticker sheet. Lots of sketches here. Oh, this was with my Peerless watercolors. I was trying to make a condensed selection of colors for something specific that I can't tell you about yet. But yeah, I love the Peerless watercolors. They're so vibrant, so fun to look at. This was an exploration in gouache that I struggled a lot with and did not finish, and it didn't really turn out a way that I like, but I'm happy to have it here in my sketchbook, actually. Like, I love that it's here and that I get to look back on it. Here I was testing out my no issue stamps, and then I put this here. This was just like a little graphite sketch that I didn't want to smear, so I just cover it up. Not because I don't like it, but just so that it doesn't make a mess. Here we have some thumbnails and some notes. So this was planning for a piece that I started, and I actually, you know what? I can show it to you. Here, let me show you this. Whoa, look at this. So this is thumbnails for this concept, which I liked in the beginning, and then I put in this very, very bright pink stuff and didn't actually like the piece anymore. So these were thumbnail sketches for this, and I do have another version of this that I did that is finished that I like, that you guys will see eventually. Also, while working on this, I was taking a watercolor course by Renji, who is an amazing watercolor artist who also does things with gouache and oil paints. And I'll put over on the side some of the projects I did during that workshop if you haven't seen them on Instagram. I loved that course so much. It was an absolute honor to get to learn from him, and it was just so much fun. I learned a lot. Very good times. So I was taking some notes and doing some thumbnail practice for that. Here we have the spread was in preparation for last week, at least at the time of recording this video. What was last week's video? My most recent limited palette video. I did that here in this sketchbook, and this was the planning. So the color explorations, I did a little thumbnail just to confirm the composition that I wanted. I did end up making some decisions on the fly, some things I wasn't originally planning for, and I am really happy with how that piece turned out. So, and then finally, we have something I just did this morning, which is just this little pair of eyes, which was a quick tutorial for my patrons. So I was just explaining to my patrons and my YouTube members how I paint eyes in watercolors. I do monthly Q&As for my patrons, and someone had asked how I paint the iris in particular, and so I decided to just do a quick video tutorial. So if you are a patron over on Patreon, or if you become one, or a YouTube member, you can have access to my exclusive posts and community feeds to see this video. So there's a full, I think it took me like 20 minutes of painting this. So that's this sketchbook. I feel like this one went really quickly. There are some things in here that I really love, and it's so fun to look back on a year and a half of time and to see the things I've put in the sketchbook. I don't actually use sketchbooks nearly as often as I used to. I don't spend as much time in them, but it's fun to look back on and to see things that span through such a long time. So thank you all so much for joining me this week. I hope you've enjoyed seeing this and seeing the things that I have been inspired by and have been creating for the past year and a half. Hopefully we'll have more finished sketchbooks to show you soon, or in the future, or maybe it'll be another year and a half. I hope not. But I will talk to you all next week. Thank you for hanging out with me. Bye bye.